Hi, I'm Ben. Welcome to the Campfire Cook. Today we're coming to you from KOA West, Asheville, North Carolina, up in the Great Smokey Mountains, and tonight we're going to be making stuffed Mexican meatballs. It's a fun dish that we came up with a couple hours ago. I pre-chopped cilantro. I'm going to dice some tomatoes. I'm going to dice up some onions. I'm going to let the meat thaw inside. We are using wild bison tonight, and we're getting the coals and the campfire going real hot, and we'll be back shortly. You want to dice them real, just nice even little chunks so that they spread nicely. And we're going to cook some of these down a little bit into the sauce, but really this is just a nice, really fresh garnish. I like to use Roma tomatoes. They have a little bit of that sweet taste, putting into a dish with a lot of cumin, a lot of red pepper, and a lot of cayenne pepper and garlic, and so this will bring a nice little balance to it as it finishes. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to dice our onions. We're really going to finely chop our onions. We don't need much, maybe about an ounce to an ounce and a half. I'm just going to drop up a couple small pieces, and we're just going to really finely chop them. And the reason we want to do this is because we want them to cook down while the meat is cooking. In order to do that, you got to get them really tiny. So we're going to get real tiny in there, and then we're going to fold the meat and the cilantro and the onions and the seasoning all together, and then we will chop that up. Excuse me, we will roll up the cheese inside of it before it goes in the pan. When we go in the pan, we're going to use avocado oil. I'll probably mention that again just in case anybody forgets. We are going to use avocado oil because we're cooking over fire in cast iron, and it does high heat way better than olive oil. Olive oil is delicious. In this case, we recommend avocado oil. You always got to make sure that you got your Miller Lite and your tequila when you're doing outdoor cooking. That's it. All right, so when it's time to marry all the ingredients together to make our meatballs, we're going to take a bowl, like a mixing bowl. We're going to get our bison. We are going to make sure that we don't have any nonsense inside of our seasoning. So for seasoning, if I was at home and better prepared, I would have mixed up the seasoning from scratch. Right now I'm just using taco mix, but I recommend doing a combination of paprika, cayenne pepper, cumin, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion salt or onion powder. And so we're gonna get this all good in here to our bison, save a little bit more, and then we're gonna take some of our onion and get that guy in there, and we're gonna get our cilantro, really nice mix of cilantro, and we're gonna get that in there. Then we're just gonna start mixing that all together. Don't be worried about getting your hands all messy and dirty. You just gotta really get in there, get as much of that meat and seasoning married together as possible. And then once you got it in there, just get it all mixed up real good. Take the rest of your ingredients and get those in there. A little more of that cilantro. Cilantro is such a fresh, nice, beautiful flavor. Great aroma. Really comes out when you're cooking. It really lends itself to that real authentic flavor. So a lot of times you could use lime juice or fresh lime juice, or you might even break up some fresh lime zest. I've got some awesome street taco sauce over here. I'm gonna put a little bit of it into this to get some of that flavor. I'm gonna drop some of those larger pieces of onions out of there. They won't cook through as down. You'll get a bite, and it'll be just a really strong onion flavor. You don't want that. So I'm gonna take some of the street taco sauce. I'm gonna throw some of it in there, just a little bit, to get some of that lime juice flavor in here. Really nice seasoning. We're gonna mix it all up and get it settled. Once it's settled, you're gonna take about a large spoonful and round it up real nice, and you're gonna pat it out, and then this is the stuffed part. You're gonna stuff it with some Mexican cheese. Get that cheese in there. I'm gonna fold it back over, make that meatball into your meatball. Again, you might need a little bit more meat. Roll it up and get it all settled. So once you've got the cast iron and the the avocado oil heated up nice and hot, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get our meatballs on the pan. You wanna keep them nice and close together. As they heat and cook through, and we add our sauce to this, we are gonna also top these with cheese, because why not? And I like to get some larger pieces of onion in here. It's great aromatics, adds a lot of flavor as they caramelize and cook down. So I'll just drop them around my little piece here. I'll drop some tomatoes in to cook down as well. And at the end of it, we're gonna take this tin foil that we used to lay our meatballs on, and we are going to just cover the top. So we want to let the meatballs cook for about 30 to 35 minutes, and while we're doing that, we are gonna chop some veggies. Avocado's a little ripe, not gonna hurt you. Cook it to the bottom of it. It's not good. Hold on. Fine. Now we just want to top it with cheese. All right, so the next step, we're gonna mix up some cilantro lime rice. Basically, we just wanna make a small, nice little bed of rice for our meatballs. And pile it up just like that. So it sits. We got a place to place our meatball. Commando, don't you move. Commando is our German Shepherd. And he's not always that polite, especially when there's little dogs about. So we want to make sure that he stays where he's supposed to stay. So the point of rice is really just to make a nice bed so the meatball sits real fluff on it, but also because it tastes great. And then we'll grab our meatball. Skillet is going to be steaming hot. Drop one right there on that. Drop one right there on that. And I'll take a little bit of this rice spoon, take a little bit of this drizzle from the oil and the tequila and that cooked down salsa. We'll just drop it right on top like that. Give it really nice crust. As the next step, I'm going to take a couple West chips, Southwest style, because I got some health nut problems. I'm going to sprinkle them right there on top, just like that. Give it a little crunch to it. Dice some of our fresh Roma tomatoes. Put those right on top like that. And then of course cilantro. And then last step, get some more of the healthy fats in to combat with our non-healthy Mexican cheese fats. And that's it. You've got stuffed taco meatballs done over at Campfire. Thanks for watching Stuffed Taco Meatballs on Campfire Cook. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. You can find us on Instagram at Campfire Cook or at Slang and Arrows, and you can find us on Facebook as well. Until next time.